doctor is going to give you a pill, but that's treatment. Jesus is the cure. God is the cure. Following the Bible and the teachings of obedience that Jesus tells us to do is what's actually your real treatment. What's going to treat the matters of your soul. What's going to treat those insecurities and those iniquities that you feel. But if you keep relying on the devil, he's really promising you a treatment, an antidote, a medicine, but he's giving you a poison. Just like when you eat this terrible food that they give you at McDonald's, they say, oh, I'm loving it. You won't be loving it in 10, 20 years when you have all these bodily conditions and illnesses because they're poisoning you. So the same way you're living this life of sin that you think is going to be so great and so grand until wait till that clock of youth runs out and now you're at the edge of the deathbed and you're wondering, am I going to go to heaven now? Where am I going to go when I die? That Lamborghini Urus is not going to give glory to God. You just wanted to flex on people and to show other people that you're somebody worth respecting or that you have status. You don't need those $300 sneakers or those $1,000 jackets or outfits. You just want them because your ego tells you or your pride tells you that you need it or your insecurities tell you that you need it. You have to understand that these things that you want, they're not going to give glory to God. That's why you don't have them. Or even if you do have them, you still feel like you lack something within. The cars ain't enough. The jackets ain't enough. I need a watch. I need some jewelry. I need a chain. I need a better looking female next to me. Because the thing is, you're rooted in this world. You're rooted in materialism. You're rooted in your pride. You're rooted in your vanity and your ego. When in reality, the number one thing you should be rooted in is your faith. You need to be rooted in your faith in God. You need to be rooted in Jesus Christ. Because when you're rooted in Jesus, you're destined to prosper. You're destined to have peace. You're destined to have all the desires of your heart. But the thing is, you want to follow the devil. Because when you're following all this materialism, when you're following these egotistical and these prideful things that society tells you that you should worship, you're worshiping the devil. Remember that in heaven, the devil was the angel of worship. So he was responsible for getting praise. That's why in this world right now, it's so easy to be sucked into sin because everybody is worshiping sin. Everybody's worshiping the devil. Everybody's worshiping these things that God tells us will lead us down a path of destruction. And now you're wondering why your life is in shambles, why nothing you do prospers, why you have problems at work, problems with your relationship, and problems with yourself that you don't feel like you can get over.